My dear listeners, before you go anywhere, I invite you to stay with me till the very end of this narration, because what you are about to hear has the power to change the way you see life itself. This is the story and wisdom of Viktor Frankl. In his timeless book, Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl was not only a psychiatrist, he was also a survivor of the darkest human experience, the Nazi concentration camps. He faced hunger, pain, humiliation, and the constant shadow of death. Yet instead of breaking, he discovered something powerful, that even when everything is taken away, one freedom always remains, the freedom to choose our attitude, the freedom to give meaning to our suffering. He wrote, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances." Think about that for a moment. We often feel powerless when life is hard, when challenges surround us. But Frankl teaches us that meaning is not given by life itself. It is created by us, in the way we respond. When he was in the camp, he noticed something. Some prisoners gave up, lost hope, and died quickly. Others, even in suffering, found a reason to live. Maybe it was the thought of seeing a loved one again. Maybe it was a dream, a work, a purpose still unfinished. That small spark of meaning kept them alive. My friend, this is why this book is so important. Because life is not always easy. We all face losses, failures, and pain. But the difference between breaking down and rising again is whether we find meaning in the struggle. There is an old proverb, "He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow." Frankl lived this truth, and today he shares it with us. So stay with me. Let us walk together through his journey and discover how to create meaning in our own lives. Now let us go deeper. Frankl explained that suffering itself is not what destroys us. It is meaningless suffering that crushes the spirit. When pain has no purpose, it feels unbearable. But when pain is connected to a reason, it becomes bearable, even transforming. He gave the example of prisoners who held on to love. He himself would imagine speaking to his wife, feeling her presence in his heart, even when he did not know if she was alive. That inner dialogue gave him strength. He realized love is stronger than despair, because in the silence of his soul, love was alive. He wrote, "The salvation of man is through love and in love." So let me ask you today, what is the love, the dream, the mission that you hold in your heart? Maybe it is your family. Maybe it is your faith. Maybe it is a goal, a dream that has not yet been born. That vision, that purpose, can carry you through the darkest nights. Another lesson Frankl gives us is responsibility. Meaning is not found by waiting, but by choosing. We must ask not, "What do I expect from life?" but rather, "What does life expect from me?" This small shift changes everything. Instead of complaining about what we lack, we begin to focus on what we can give, who we can serve, how we can rise. Think of a seed. If you keep asking the soil, "What will you give me?" you may get nothing. But when the seed breaks open, when it gives itself to the earth, life blooms. In the same way, meaning blooms when we step into responsibility. So my dear listener, ask yourself right now, what is life expecting from me today? What meaning can I create even in my struggle? Remember, pain is not the end. Pain can be the beginning if it leads you to purpose. Stay with me as we continue, because the next part will reveal how Frankl's insights go beyond survival and show us how to live with true freedom of spirit. As we move forward, let us reflect on another deep truth Frankl discovered. Freedom is not just doing what we want. It is choosing how we respond when life gives us what we do not want. Inside the camp, he saw men beaten, starved, humiliated. Yet some still shared their bread with others. Some still whispered words of hope. They were living proof that the spirit can remain free, even when the body is chained. He reminds us, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Think about this in your own life. Someone insults you, betrays you, ignores you. The natural impulse may be anger or bitterness, but you have a choice. You can choose patience. You can choose dignity. You can choose to walk away stronger. That is true freedom. the freedom no one can steal. Frankl also warned about another danger. The danger of emptiness, what he called the existential vacuum. When life feels empty, without meaning, people fall into despair, addictions, or blind conformity. They try to escape the void. But the only way to truly overcome emptiness is to fill it with meaning. Meaning is not always found in big achievements. It is often in small acts of love, in daily service, in silent faith. Imagine a mother raising her child, a teacher guiding students, a worker doing his job with honesty. These may look ordinary, but they are sacred acts because they answer the call of life. So I invite you, stop asking, what is the purpose of life? Instead ask, what purpose can I create today? Because meaning is not something to find far away, it is something to live right now. Now, my dear listener, let us bring all this together. Viktor Frankl teaches us that life will always include suffering. But suffering is not the end of the story. The key is meaning. With meaning, suffering becomes sacrifice. With meaning, loss becomes learning. With meaning, even death is not defeat. He said, "Life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose." So how do we apply this today? Begin with small steps. When you face a difficulty, instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What can I learn? What can I give? How can I grow?" This shift turns a wound into wisdom. If you feel hopeless, create a vision. Write down one reason you want to live strongly, one dream you want to see alive. Hold it close, repeat it daily, and let it carry you forward. If you feel empty, serve someone. Even a smile, a kind word, or a helping hand can bring back meaning. Remember the proverb, "A candle loses nothing by lighting another candle." Frankl's life was proof. He lost everything, his family, his freedom, his health. Yet through meaning, he transformed suffering into a message that continues to heal millions. And now it comes to you. The question is not, what can I get from life? The question is, what does life expect from me here and now? My dear friend, the answer is already within you. You are stronger than you think, wiser than you believe, and more capable than you imagine. So I encourage you, rise each day with a sense of purpose. When you fall, rise again. When you doubt, hold on to love. And when you feel lost, remember Viktor Frankl's lesson. The last freedom is always yours, the freedom to choose meaning. Thank you for staying with me till the end of this narration. If this touched your heart, then share it with others who need hope. And for more soulful wisdom, subscribe to this channel, Page's Power, because together we can awaken the power of meaning in our lives.